It is Tuesday morning and welcome back to Fog Football. The World Cup 2022 in Qatar is still going on. No one gives a shit about that though. So let's talk about what people do care about, and that is the real football. Let's talk about some Scottish football. There's some gossip, some transfer, some manager movements. We will cover it all in the next few minutes to start off your Tuesday morning. So if you're getting ready to go to work, if you want some good news, if you want to be cheered up, then this is the right video for you. It's the BBC. It's normally a load of fake shit, but we'll see what's happening today in the world of BBC. So St Mirren manager Stephen Robinson is worried that he could lose Keanu Bacchus in the January transfer window after his displays in midfield for Australia at the World Cup. I think Bacchus, anytime I've seen Bacchus play, he has been a good player for St Mirren. I do agree with Stephen Robinson. I mean, they could lose him, but I think they're more likely to hold on to him at least till the end of the season. But yeah, World Cup does give an opportunity for players to shine, and he wouldn't be the first player to earn a transfer based on World Cup performances. But still, I don't see a shitload of clubs coming in for Bacchus. And like I said, I think he's a decent player anytime I've seen him play. But I mean, they might get a couple of offers, but that's up to St Mirren. You know, they don't have to take the offers; they can turn it down. So it depends how much St Mirren want the money, and who knows? Maybe they need the money. Maybe Stephen Robinson should be grateful that he's going to get a good offer for Bacchus rather than be worried. Now, let's speak about Ross Stewart, because according to BBC here, Sunderland and Scotland forward Ross Stewart is a signing target of Greek side Olympiacos. Now, this would be big, considering that Ross Stewart in the past has been linked to Rangers, and even recently he has been, I don't know if it's a word, but we'll go with linked to Rangers, as it looks like Rangers have rekindled their interest in signing Ross Stewart. So it's interesting to see that there is another club that is interested in the Scotland forward. Ross Stewart, I'm not going to lie, barely seen this guy play. I mean, I've seen him once or twice. Is he any good? I'm not too sure. Olympiacos want him. Does that mean he's good? I mean, what you tell me, what kind of level are Olympiacos at these days? I mean, if it goes to Olympiacos, then so be it. I think Rangers should be looking for better than Ross Stewart, in my opinion. That's it. I mean, I think Rangers need better than Ross Stewart, so if he goes to Olympiacos, I don't think it's a loss for Rangers. And yeah, maybe Michael Beale is a fan of Ross Stewart. Maybe he's seen him play more than I have, but yeah, Ross Stewart doesn't really do it for me. Dundee United player coach Charlie Mulgrew, big Charlie Mulgrew. I think everyone likes Charlie Mulgrew. What a guy. What a great career he's had. He feels that becoming a manager would be like starting a whole new career again, but that ultimately is what he would like to do. Well, there you go. It's your lucky day. It's your birthday, Charlie Mulgrew, because you get to have two careers according to yourself. Because if you do become a manager, you get to start your entire career all over again. But yeah, Charlie Mulgrew, I think it's safe to say that he hasn't got that many years left on the pitch playing, so maybe management is a good idea for him. Speaking of managers, Aberdeen manager Jim Goodwin is ready to make his move for Tranmere Rovers, attacking right-back Josh Dacres Cogley in January. Never heard of him. Don't know if he's any good. I feel like Jim Goodwin's signings have been pretty decent. I'll give him that. You know, Aberdeen have been hit and miss at home. They look good away from home, not so much, but I think you've got to give him credit. Majority of his signings have been solid, so yeah, no, I think he deserves to be backed. I mean, he lost his two best players in Ferguson and Calvin Ramsey. He got some money from the sales of those players to bring in new players this season, and I think he's actually done a good job so far. I do think, performance-wise, away from home especially, some of the results have been disappointing, but I think players that he's brought in, I think recruitment and some of the home performances, Aberdeen have been really good. So, yeah, Jim Goodwin, I wouldn't give him double thumbs up for his time at Aberdeen so far, but for me, he's doing an okay job, and I think he will actually improve on that job that he is doing. Rangers left-back could make his debut. Well, newsflash, that's old. Rangers left-back Borna Barisic did make his debut at the World Cup, and he actually got through in a Croatian side against Japan that also featured Celtic right-back Juranovic, and it was against a Japanese side that featured Celtic striker Maeda. I watched that game. I thought Japan were the better side. I thought Japan were unlucky to go out. I was kind of conflicted. I mean, Croatia's always been my second international team, but I've taken a big liking for Japan over the last 10, 15 years. Out of all the Asia, I really like Japan and South Korea, two of my favourite countries in the world. So yeah, I was kind of a bit annoyed that Croatia put out Japan. I would have rather both of them got through, but it wasn't to be. Raith Rovers forward Lewis Vaughan admits he does wonder what path his career might have taken had it not been for his 4 ACL injuries. Well, I've come up against this guy quite a few times in Football Manager. I'm pretty sure he has played for... I think he's played for Dundee. Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know. He has played for multiple clubs, though, in the lower levels, and I've never really rated the guy. Didn't know he had 4 ACL injuries, so that must fucking suck. And who knows, maybe he would have had a better career if it wasn't for those ACL injuries. Scottish football should set up a crisis summit or working group to address the spiralling cost of attending away games, argues Stewart Murphy, Chief Executive... What's the Chief Executive of the Scottish Football Supporters Association. So, Scottish football should set up a crisis summit or working group to... Is it really that expensive to go? Why? I mean, is it really... You just, like, drive or you hire a bus, you know? It's not... It can't be that expensive. Or, if it's too expensive, you just don't go. You know, it kind of is that simple. Scotland legend Kenny... This is going to be the last piece of news here. I think so anyway. Scotland legend Kenny Dalglish claims no amount of improvement under Michael Beale can help Rangers overtake Celtic in the race for this season's Scottish Premiership, but buying wisely in the January transfer market and a cup success are reasonable targets. You know what? I actually agree with Kenny Dalglish here. Rangers will not overtake Celtic in the race for this title this year. In fact, I think the gap will get bigger. And it's not that I think Beale's going to be a failure. I just think from this point to the end of the season, I would expect that 9-point gap to grow rather than get smaller. But still, I do think Rangers can recruit wisely. I think Rangers need at least a couple of transfer windows before they can build a squad that, in my opinion, is capable of taking on Celtic. So, here, better start right in January, you know, get off to a good start in January, get some players in, maybe get some players out. But yeah, I think if Michael Beale can have a good January transfer window, then have a good January transfer window in the summer, it sets him up to have a better chance at beating Celtic next year. But this year's done, it's not going to happen. And if Rangers can win a cup, then who knows? They're still in 2 cups. They're in the Premier Sports Cup and the Scottish Cup. So who knows? Maybe they could have a double cup success. And I guess that would be a decent end to their season. But that's it. And my thoughts on the England game against Senegal. Thought Senegal were robbed, to be honest. First 30 minutes, Senegal should have been a couple of goals up. They also had a penalty claim that didn't even get looked at, man. The commentators didn't even mention it. They said it. They didn't even address the fact that it hit, was it Stones or Maguire on the fucking elbow. So again, just complete bias there. And England were really lucky. Got the first goal, undeserved. Second goal came when the added time was up. You know, they added 2 minutes on and then they scored in the 47.5 minutes. So where did that extra time come from? I don't know. And that game just killed it. You know, that goal killed the game, unfortunately. So, yeah, Celtic through. Very lucky. I guarantee it. When they take on France, they will get knocked out. They are not going past the quarterfinals. You've heard it here first. Put your money on it. And yeah, that is it. France will, thankfully, eliminate England from the World Cup tournament. Anyway, guys, that's been Folk Football for your Tuesday morning video. I wanted to do a transfer news video, but to be honest, there just wasn't much transfer news, so I thought I would check out the BBC gossip column, and yeah, there you go. Not much happening, but it'll be interesting to see. Ross Stewart, could he go to Olympiacos? Maybe. Anyway, let us know your thoughts down below. Ross Stewart, is he any fucking good? Let me know, guys. Has anyone actually seen him play? I've seen him play like 15 minutes for Scotland. I've watched like one Sunderland game, but even then I wasn't paying full attention. I don't even know if he was playing. I can't even remember. So let me know, guys. Ross Stewart, is he any good? Is he a yay or is he an A? Until next time, peace.